Welcome into my domicile. What is that I hear you say? I hear you speak. In the cracks of time, I hear you speak in the walls of the earth. I hear the sound of your little tiny voices reverberating again, over and over and over again, glistening like stars. Is it indeed the stars that speak? It makes me wonder, ring-a-ding-ding, makes me wonder indeed. What is that I hear you cry from your windows? A son is born to the king! Ah, glorious day be this indeed, for the king of England himself has begat a child upon the earth. A beautiful thing, a beautiful thing. Ah, the child is born. You hear now its screams across the skies of this old merry island. This island has slept for so long, but now it awakens. A glorious thing, a beautiful thing. I hear it. The cries for the newborn king. Welcome, Edward, young Edward, for thou shalt soon indeed wear the crown. A great burden lies before you, above you, below you, on all its sides. A great burden. Old England, she has slept long. The old iron Atlantis, the shield of the northern world, she has slept through my old life. See these old limbs, they will not carry me much longer. They will not carry me much longer, young sire of the English land. My hour is near. I know it's near, but it does not bother me. For I have lived for this moment. For I believe that in death itself, is the moment when life itself has meaning. For then, in that final hour, do you know the meaning of it all? The meaning of the song that was in your heart, in your voice. Oh, hear me, young sire of England. Do not waste a single hour that you breathe. For it is that the Lord, flows from his voice, from his eyes, from his heart. Lets the light flow into you, into your heart, into your soul. From the moment your eyes awaken and you realize your destiny, from the moment that you realize what it is you have been born to be, do not squander a single hour of it, my lord. For thou shalt be higher than a king, thou shalt be a prince, an emperor of this island. I have seen it. But I have seen the ends of time, the beginnings, for the beginning is the end. For if you look deep enough for the beginning, there you will know how the story will come together as one. Ah, indeed, what a glorious thing it is to reach the end years of your life and to know that death is around the corner. Ah, it is a good thing to know that death is waiting for you, because you no longer need to fear it. Its dark, endless hand. Oh, from the moment you see the skies, from the moment you know you're alive, his hand is ever crawling, ever crawling, ever crawling towards you. I felt his chill down my spine. For the last 10 years, I have expected to be cooled into the deep, dark bosom of the earth. Well, I shall indeed sleep for a long time, till the pearly gates call us all for the final trial. Long have I waited for that hour. Long. And so I have weathered the years, the long years, for they have been long and hard, and tended my flock in the fields, seen the skies, seen the stars, seen the sun and the moon go this way, that way. Time itself itched in the endless dome above us. Was a cloud, two gods, a myriad gods, a strange gods, who had indeed the wind itself that sails between the clouds to sing, sing 1,000 times, sing, 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 sing to me, all England. For you, all England, I would die, and die I would, for indeed I have almost come close to death, for I have indeed travelled across the great oceans of the earth, the blood of the earth, the water itself. I have sailed across it and come near death, near 10 many times in my mere but short, simple life, which means so little, so little, so little in the course of things. But I have seen the enemy. Oh gosh, I have seen him indeed. I have rise up again and again and again. The light in their eyes, in their swords, and I fought them all for you, old England. I fought them. I bled. I bore the scars. I bore them willingly for you, old England, for you, England. I was willing to be a martyr for those silent voices that I never heard, those eyes that close, never to open again. For is that not the destiny of all common men born upon this fair land, but the destiny that we live and fulfill willingly? Fulfill it willingly. England, I am ready to lay to rest beneath your skin. Oh, take me, England, for there is joy now, joy for the King of England, who I have served loyally for 80 years. The King of England has a child, a son who will wear the crown and fulfill the destiny spoken of in the stones of old, spoken of in the waters of old, spoken of in the woods among the woodland folk who dwell in our stony circle of old ancient silence, who could speak to the clouds, speak to the flowers, speak to the trees, speak to the hills, who could hear the voices of the ancient dead. Yes, they have foreseen the future. They know the son of the king, when he is of age, when he is strong enough to carry the bow, when he is strong enough to carry the spear, the sword, to ride his horse, he will be indeed the greatest lance in England, the greatest lance in Europe. In all Christendom there will be no knight like him, and he will ride forth with 10,000 men at his back, and he will crush the enemies of England. He will set them low, but most importantly, he will make this land of many isles, one. He will make the isles one. Oh, here I hear his name, Edward. Edward. Thou shalt be Edward the First of England. Edward of the Angevin line. The first Edward, since the Confessor's bones were set to rest. Edward the First. We await you. Rise now, take up your mantle, the crown, and bring peace to your people. Ah, Edward. It is time for me to go. Time for you to live. Dear Edward, dream sweetly. For your time to die is not yet. But my time to die is now. It is a beautiful thing to know when your own death is nigh. There are times, as a man, you must realize that the sun has set, that the clouds have drawn about, and it is time to give up the song, to sleep and disappear. Listen to that sound. That sweet sound. That most profound sound that I have indeed longed for. For so long now. It sounds foolish, but there is nothing better out there than that sound. The sound of silence. For indeed there is silence over this field. A great deal of silence, but it will not be that way, not for long ere, no. The sun shall fall, the moon will roll over the hills, and then it will be time. It will be time, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I knew from the moment that these lungs breathed this air, that there was nothing that I would love more in this life than England. There is nothing that I wouldn't be willing to die for than England, my England. Though my father still draws breath, the men of this country know who it will be, who will wear the crown when the time comes. They know. The people of this country are not foolish, they know. My father, he has become relaxed in later years, fallen back into his castle, doing very little. I am the one that's been moving the pieces. I am the one that's been guiding the lance of war. For indeed there is war upon us. There is war right now. And I must ready my sinews, my blood, my heart for it. But I am ready to fight. I am indeed ready to fight because I know the cause. I know the cause. The greatest cause any man can live and die for. And if it be death, oh, so be it. Let it be death. Yeah, we can ruminate over these things for 1,000 years, but still they would make no sense. No sense at all. Not to a bird, not to a beast, not to a man, not to a spirit of an ancient dead. Not even to the clouds that govern the skies. Not to the moon, not to the sun, to the heavens. To anything that live, breathe, and talk, and lay in the wonder of dreams, it would never make sense. That men would draw out their arms, and hack at their limbs, and let their blood flow upon the ground. It will make no sense, but it must be done, and it will be done. And if I am the man to lead it, then that will be the way it shall be. I was born to be a king. But my enemy rose up. Enemy, But an old friend. Simon. I know you. Simon, your name. Extra your blood in my veins, boil! You are indeed without doubt the most disgusting thing to breathe there on this fair and beautiful land. This fair and beautiful land. Enwrapped in one crown and soon to be inherited by me, not you, by me! You think that you can make your move on sleeping kings and break their plans while they live in dreams? It will not be so, it will not be so. For I will not dance to your tune, and you are a fool to think that I would. Since when did you look at me and see a fool? Since when did you look at me and see a coward? A flower to be trampled upon? Well, since when did I ever give you that impression? Since when did I ever give you that impression? That I would lie upon the ground while you did your dance upon me. Since when did you see me and go, ah, yes, yes, that man, that Edward, that son of Henry, that man of the long line of the Angevin, where the demon boils? When did you look at him and say, ah, I shall use him as a rug and throw him upon the ground and do my dance, and the whole of England will gather around me? But that was what was in your mind, was it not, Simon, when you made your plots and your plans to deceive me and my house? And so far you have been successful. It is a great dishonor to me and my family that you have brought England and my people this low. It is a great dishonor, and it is a great shame, and my wrath is like the dragons of old. Yes, is that not what the men of this land call me? The dragon. Yes, the dragon. For that is my sign. And soon now, my enemy, the dragon, will outspread its wings and cast a great shadow upon the field where your army sleeps. And sleep they shall for all eternity for their treachery to my house, my crown, my people, my blood, my country. Oh, is my fury dark and terrible. You have had your way for far too long, Simon. You wormed, and indeed worm, for that is what you are. Your way into our court, earned our favor, ate and drank with us, as though you were a friend, and indeed, I looked upon you as a friend, and indeed I did admire you. For you were a great man, a great warrior, an easy man to admire. But you made a mistake. You thought you were clever than my family. And you did undo yourself. You're broken, Simon. And what was your plan, Simon? To wear the crown? Not so, for the men of England are far too grand a folk for such a foolery to take place. Oh, no, Simon. Your plan was stranger and darker than that. To build a court, to rule over, but with no crown upon your head. What was this plan? I do not understand it, but I know that it is hollow. Hollow as an ancient skull. And I intend to crack that skull. Tomorrow I will break that skull. Tomorrow the bones will break. Here, men, look. The sun has risen and lain bare the field before us. The mists have swam away, and we can see them all before us. All 10,000 of them, Simon's men, armed and dressed for the mill. All Simon's men, armed and ready to die. Let them come. Let them come. We are ready for them. Yes, we may be fewer in number, but we have the Elijah's hand right behind us. We have the will and the spirit of England with us. And you, my men, you have the dragon, and I will lead you forward! Yes, the terrible horrors have fallen silent. It is done. The battle has been won, and Simon is dead. Simon and all his men, their bones are scattered. Upwards to the heavenly of the Lord, have mercy on him. Lewis has been avenged. We have crushed the enemy at Evesham, and my father, my dear father, Henry the King, who sleeps in his castle and dreams of a time when England was indeed a happier place, free from the fires of war. I will go now to London, to Westminster, and there I will seek out my father and tell him, I will tell him that Simon and his men are no more. I will tell him that the traitor, the serpent who tried to undo our family's work for 500 years, that man who tried to break us, bled the fields of Evesham. Much time has passed since Evesham. The glorious victory, it's still in the memory. I will not forget it. The people will not forget it. But much has changed in my court. My beloved father, Henry III, God bless his name, God rest. Henry III has died. And I took my place upon the throne at Westminster, and the Archbishop of Canterbury came forth with the crown. In his 2 hands, he came up to me. Edward, the time has come. I will place the crown upon your brow. You will be anointed King of England. And I took a great deep breath. And I looked at him and I said, no. I took the crown. I placed it down on the chair beside me, and I said to him, I will not wear the crown. Not until all of my ancient Angevin lands have been united. Not until the great empire, won by my great-grandfather Henry I, lost by my grandfather King John, has been reunited once again. I will not wear this crown. Not until our ancient lands of the Plantagenet realm stand united together again. I will not wear the crown. Will wield the sword. Yes, I will. And I'll crush all of my enemies. Of that you can rest assured. Archbishop, now, please, take this scepter, take this crown, and return to your cathedral, and I shall return to my war chamber, and I shall rally my council and do what must be done. The time has come to revenge my house, revenge my name, and to rebuild the Plantagenet lands of old. It shall be a glorious adventure. It is time to rally the knights of England. Let the struggle for glory begin. My plans to sail abroad have been foiled. Fleet I assemble at the docks of London sits there and sways about upon the waves like so many useless sticks. But those ships can sit and wait, and they will not rot, or indeed no, they They will be used and filled with my warriors when the time comes, but that time is not yet. It appears that the Welsh upon my western flank have grown a little prickly. Llewellyn, the Welsh prince, emperor of the western lands, lord of the old Celtic people. He's risen up against me, rallied to him all the northern tribes of his realm. And he doeth march upon my castles. Fool, and I consider him a friend. I invited him to my coronation that day. Nay, he refused. He'd rather rally men against me. Fool! Fool! And so we are at war. Llewellyn and I, we are at war. Oh, indeed, yes, we have swords drawn. And I will march out to greet him. I do not care what power he does bring to bear upon me. I will march out and greet him. But I have the upper hand, you see, for I was about to sail abroad. And I rallied to me all my greatest knights, among them the Earl of Hereford, the Earl of Bedford, and the Earl of Lancaster. Yes, my old friend, Lancaster, the greatest of the earls, the closest of my friends. He's in my court with me now, and I have spoken to him. Him and I, we've talked rather closely about this whole Welsh affair. We intend to march out, straight away, as soon as the sun is in the sky. It is a good day for war, you see. Summer! Foolish Welsh, they could have waited till the winter, Then I would not have been able to have marched my men. They would have refused to hit the road. But summer, perfect time for the campaign. And so it is. I shall direct my armies west. Bring about all the food supplies, bring about all the ships. We will break them. But we shall need a substantial army. I spoke to Lancaster the other day. He told me that we can, between us, raise 5,000 men. I said, no, we shall need more than that. Llewellyn himself, to command double that. I said, we shall need triple. We will need to rally all the levers of England, all of the greatest warriors. I will call for them. The knights of Europe, rise up, set sail, and the lands of Wales will be yours. We will divide them between us, and we shall win. It will be a glorious day. The marcher lords themselves have already fortified their castles. They are ready to hold back the enemy. The Welsh will not get a chance to cross over the border. They may launch raids, but that has always been their way. But they will never be able to attack my England. Oh, indeed, no. Not directly. I'll have an army ready. I spoke to Lancaster. I said to him, in my court, I said in whispers, Lancaster, I said, long and long have you and I plotted and planned. Once we dealt with Simon and his rebels, once we broke them, and even which we did, I said to him, my plan is to rebuild the Plantagenet empire of old. Indeed it is, my king, he said to me, indeed it is. Then we looked upon the war map of England. We saw there a land that needed to grow. The King of France is haughty and strong, has many allies around him. And you have lands there in France, in Gascony, that you would want to defend. To go to war with the French now, without allies, would be a foolish thing to do. But there are plenty of lands here on the island of Britain, which we can expand. Why not expand to Wales and to other places? It got me thinking. Why not unite all of these islands of old Britannia? Unite the whole island of Britain. Do you have the stomach for it, Lancaster? I said to him. He nodded, took a belly of his wine. I have the stomach for it, my lord king, he said to me. Let us deal with these Welsh rebels first, and then we may look north. My dear friend Lancaster, rally the levies. We will march out with 30,000 men, and we shall lay the Welsh prince and his followers to rest. This is England's hour. In all directions we move, in all directions we meet our foes, we see victory. Hear the rumble beneath our feet, for we shall win. We are uniting all the lands about. One England, one Britain, one Britannia. It shall be so. Me and my men, all 30,000 of us, cannot be stopped. And so onward we march, and onward we go. To fresh victories. Hear us! Our enemies of old! You will not fear! Hear them, the crows. They grow ever fat. Wherever we go, they follow us in our tracks, because they know a feast awaits them. A grand feast, ever grander, gosh. Did you ever stink the smell? You never get used to it. The hills and the hills of the dead we had to clamber above. But we climbed over them. We climbed over all of them lost souls abandoned of their rigid bones. We clambered over them. The broken hill. Many are dead. But valiant men on both sides, my men and their men. All of us together, both glorious, I respect them all. It is sad that it must end this way, but it must end this way. For there shall be only one crown in Britannia, and that is the way it shall be. I will not see it any other way. Me and my men, we are gluttoned on victory. It would be interesting to know what defeat is like. I was speaking about it with De Warren the other day. Him and Cressingham and I were gathered at the table, drinking and speaking of things. What is it like to know defeat? I do not know. The last time I was defeated, it was not my battle, it was my father's. He was the one who ran away at Lewis, not me, not I. And when we were taken prisoner by our enemy Simon, it was I that broke free. It was I who tricked the guards. It was I who rallied the men to bring our enemies down at Evesham. I do not know defeat. I cannot imagine it. I can dream of it. But that's all that it is. It's a dream, and a strange dream. A dream that I cannot understand. For all I know, it's victory. Victory after victory. I can speak of this now with De Warren, and I can hear his voice. Do not be sad about such things, my lord king, for it is a glorious thing. Ah, yes, a glorious thing. Victory, victory, you, he said, shall be the Caesar of Britain. Caesar of Britain, I say, I like it. What a fine title to wear. And I told my friends, De Warren, I said to him, once we've united these islands as one, I shall take my glorious army, battle-hardened and strong, all 30,000, for we have lost, 50 to 100 men, so it seems, maybe more. Maybe I've been a bit too generous there, but we shall take this army across the ocean, and we shall win great victories upon the continent, as King Arthur did in the legends of old. The irony of King Arthur. We all look up to him. Me and my ancestors. We look up to that fabled name. Ironic, isn't it? That if Arthur did indeed live, if he was indeed a real man, he was Celtic. that he was indeed a Celtic lord, not an English lord. But then that's what we English do. We take those little things, those big things from other folks and make them our things. And that is how it was. When we moved into Northern Wales, when we broke their prince, their emperor, when we broke him. Yes, we took everything, all of it. Everything that we could lay our hands on, all sacred items were brought back to Westminster. The Empire of Wales is no more, and will be no more. For the title of Emperor will be inherited by my son, Edward. And there will be no more Welsh princes of Wales, but English princes of Wales, and that is how it shall be. For as long as I draw breath, for as long as those of my bloodline draw breath. Victory. It would be interesting, just once, to taste the bitterness of defeat, just to know what it tasted like. But no, the time has come to put things right. We were once a great land that stretched far and wide. When I think back upon my ancestors, when I think back upon my great-grandfather, Henry II, Henry Angevin, his lands were vast. The King of Scotland was his vassal. He had brought the Irish low. And his lands abroad in France stretched from Normandy to Aquitania. He was king of vast lands. He ruled more of France than the King of France. And all that were lost through the foolish mockery, the foolery, the dumbness of my grandfather, who I was fortunate enough not to ever know. Damn him, if the legends be true, poisoned by plums in a church. He so deserved it. We don't even know where he's buried, but who cares? Who cares? Who cares about him? He left England half a land, for that was all that was left under his royal crown. The barons came sweeping in with the French at their backs. It was a disaster. What were we going to do? Have another French king on the throne? Repeat the atrocities of William the Bastard? Not on my father's watch. Henry, yes, young Henry. My father, Henry, though he was a child at the time, waded across the waters of death upon the shoulders of William Marshall, a glorious knight, the most glorious knight in Christendom. William Marshall, I drink now to you. William Marshall, I drink now to your name. In recent years, they called me the greatest lance in Christendom. It is not true, William Marshall, it is not true. You were the greatest lance in Christendom, for you, my dear friend, were never unsaddled in war. Indeed not. William Marshall, the greatest knight that ever lived. How I wish I could have known you. How I wish I could have known you. But though there are many great knights in my court, many great knights, many great friends of old who have been with me at Evesham, who stood at my side when we defeated the traitors that tried to break my ancestral line, to melt the English crown. What foolery, what foolery. There will never be a knight as glorious as William Marshall. And there will never be an enemy as terrible as Simon de Montfort. I know he's long dead now, and I keep speaking of it, but it haunts me. No, it haunts me. He would have done away with it. The crown and the court, they would have all disappeared in the wind. And I think now, and how glorious it is, that here I am, king of all England, and now Wales. Oh, that glory could have been lost if Simon de Montfort had had his way. What a sad thing, what an evil thing But it was not to be. I honestly do believe in destiny. I believe in destiny. I know it. It has to be true. And we are living in destiny right now. We're living in it. This is just the beginning. There are other enemies out there that must be crushed. But I still stand by what I said at Westminster when the Archbishop of Canterbury came to me, holding the crown, and I put the crown aside, for I do not wear the crown above my head, as you can see. I do not wear the crown. And I will not wear the crown, not until I am the King of England, Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and half of France. And it will be a glorious time when that time comes, and it will come. Have you not seen the victories? The great victories. There is no such thing as defeat. I do not know defeat. I've just had the interesting honour of speaking to the Bailio. He seems like the man for the job, the man who will be ruling the northern land of Scotland. I guess you probably haven't heard, Oh, dear me. Scotland, what terrible tragedy has befallen you. You were such a grand and glorious kingdom under Alexander II. I visited Scotland during Alexander's reign, and I thought to myself, what a fine kingdom this is. Rich and wealthy, not in want of anything. Proud buildings in its cities, and plenty of gold, and trade open to all the great countries of the European lands. I said, yes, Scotland, my proud neighbour Scotland. The great northern kingdom of Scotland. I was indeed proud of you, Scotland. But an evil tragedy has begat you, my lord. I say this now, as the king of the southern lands. I say this to you now. Scotland, what an awful tragedy. But I will help you out of this darkness. De Bailio, you will be king. And together we shall be brothers, and we shall rule Britain together. That is how it shall be. And it will be a glorious thing. Curse thou name, De Bailio, curse thou name, De Bailio, curse thy name. Deeper and darker than I curse the name Simon de Montfort, curse thou Bailio! I gave you Scotland, the whole kingdom, the whole kingdom! Do you know how hard I worked? The sacrifices I made to place the whole land, the whole realm of Scotland in your hand, to place the crown upon your head. I was to go overseas, to crusade, to bring my worth in the Holy Land, but I gave that up for you. De Bailio, curse thou name. I gave you Scotland, and all I asked for you, and all I asked from you, was an alliance that you and I, England and Scotland, brothers, rulers of Britain, stand side by side. How was I to know that the treacherous King of France would go to war with me, would steal my lands? How was I to know? I was not to know. And I ask you, brother, to come forth with your men at your side to support me in this campaign, and you, assassin, cut my throat. Damn you, Bailio, damn you. my soul with venom. But it's the way of it. I've had to fight for as long as I've been king. I've had to fight one enemy, one in the west, one in the north, now in the south. But one thing I like to think that I can rely on is friendship and you, the Bailey, you are no friend of mine. I give you Scotland and now I shall take Scotland back. You have made a mistake, Bailey-o! You have made a mistake. I am now rallying my men, and I shall bring upon you the full horrors of war. We shall see each other on the battlefield. Done many dark and vile things while clad in this armor. I've done many harsh things with my sword in my hand. My warriors at my back, I have done many harsh things. What was I supposed to do? Sit back like Stephen? Let it all go by like some merry old dance, like it's not even happening. And look what happened to Stephen. The Earl of York minting coins with his own face. Weakness will be crushed. I had to be strong. And I have done many vile things. I did them for you, England. England. To you, my beloved country. The country I was born into. The country that I inherited. The country whose language I speak, I believe. The first English king to speak English, not French. Crazy world that we live in. I did it all for you, England. That's why I speak to you now, England, in the way that I do. Because I need you to know that it's all been for you. I burned down the houses of my enemy for you. To make you strong, and all I want is for you to be proud of me. Are you proud of me, England? As I carry this sword, are you proud of me, England? As I wield this sword, are you with me, England? As I cleave the heads of my enemy. Do you still believe in me, England? Because I believe in you. As I said long ago, before I won the battle on the fields of Isham, as I breathed the air of this land for the first time, when I took that first breath, I said I will love no one more than I love you, England. So the lamps of my enemies burn. But I did it for you. We shall make this land strong. I am determined to die with my crown enwrapped around this whole island. And I don't care what it takes. I don't care. It will be done. The challenge that lies before me is it's colossal. It is as high as Mount Olympus. Doran tells me that the treasury is running dry. We've hardly any gold left. Cressingham tells me it's all your castles in Wales. They cost too much, my lord king, they cost too much. Yet you're marching these armies around Scotland, 40,000 strong, cost too much, my lord king. Cost too much. It costs nothing to make England strong. And now, I face the burden of war with France. Yes, indeed, I must cross the sea. Reluctantly, but it must be done. They have stolen my lands of Gascony. I must win them back, and I will do. And I've rallied my forces on. They will follow me across the ocean. Oh, reluctantly, they will follow me, and I will get my lands back. I'm determined of it. Those fires are still burning. They're still burning in the north and in the west. I did it for you, England. Remember me as your hero. When I carried my sword, I carried that sword for you. You were that sword, England. I shall speak of it no more. My bones ache. I fought too many battles. I now know how my father felt. Back on the fields of Lures when it all seemed that everything would fall apart. I feel like him. But you see, when my father was old and broken, he had me to carry the lance into the field. What do I have? Where is my son? Do you see him? Where is the man who's going to inherit my crown? Diddle-daddling, back London with his friends. I once mocked victory. I once dreamed of defeat. I fear that my dreams will come to life. I don't want to see it. Oh, England, let my dreams die. A drink and a talk with my friends, and I feel better. I feel stronger. I must fight the French. It has to be done. I have to get... I have to restore my rights, and I will not stop. Not until my ancient enemy has been brought low. You know, he had the tenacity to demand, and I repeat it, demand that I set sail across the ocean and meet him at Paris and bend the knee to him. That I kiss the wrist and give homage to him for Gascony. It will not happen. Not me, not I. Not as long as I have the blood that flows in my flesh. To wield the sword, to wear the crown, to speak and breathe, and to say the name of England. It will not happen. Oh, King of France, oh, King of France, sat tidily away in your little palace in Versailles. It will not happen, King of France, with your vasty lands behind you, and your armies 50,000 strong. It will not happen. I'm coming for you. My fleets are assembled, my armies are ready. I'm coming for you. With England behind me, and a sword before me. We cannot fail. Let's go now, my men, and crack the skull of the ancient foe. And I may return to England an older man, a broken man. But at least I did not bow and kiss the wrist of my foe. And if I am to die, I will die a proud warrior on the field. So let us go now. To our ships let us go. To the sea let us go. To the hills of France that lie before us. Let us go and win. Old is my bones, old is my name. Young, thou still art young, my England. I come home to you now, England. Please embrace me warmly. Embrace your poor, tired king. Let him have some peace, I beg you. England, I beg you, let him have some peace. Oh, I dream of peace, like a shepherd whose fields are beset by wolves. Again and again he arises to hear the howl of the beasts. He says no, give me rest, protect my flocks, let me sleep. I say to you now, England, I am your shepherd. Please, England, let me sleep. What is his name? Bruce. Robert Bruce, the younger. Who is this man? Who is he? To think that he would have the strength of will and mind to rise against me after all. This time, to rise against me. If I had youth, I would deal with him. He has youth, and so he thinks he will deal with me. And where am I? Sat here alone. Who will fight my battles for me? When my father was my age, he had me. What do I have? You know me, England. I dreamed of what defeat might feel like. I know what defeat feels like. And I'm too tired to experience it. Too tired. Servant, fetch me wine! I fought my wars. I fought them. I made England whole. I crushed her enemies. I defeated the King of France. I led my men from victory to victory. And I come home tired and I just want to rest. But then this fellow, this man that the men of the North call their hero, their king. They call him their king. He's been crowned at Scone, King of Scotland. He does not acknowledge me, king, and has defied me openly and freely, and has waged war upon my lands. What am I to do? Sleep, dream, need not. This king cannot sleep, and he cannot dream. He cannot drink either. Far too much to plan. Far too much to plan. England, I hear you calling to me, England. The song of my kingdom, I hear you in my heart. I hear you. More drink, servant. It lightens me. It lifts me. I hear you, England, and it is a joyous sound. Thank you, my friend. England, I hear you. I hear you. I'm young again and I'm ready for war.